The Women and Family Life Center in Guilford is shining the spotlight on men who cook. It's all part of their biggest fundraiser to help those who need it the most. You've already met Liza Petra and Mark Chung. They're back in the kitchen with me. Liza, tell us more about the Women and Family Life Center.
Sure. We're a nonprofit organization located in Guilford, and we work with women who are in crisis or who simply want to improve the quality of their lives. And we do that through 4 kinds of services, through educational services, support services, wellness, and resource and information.
Are you serving more women now because of the tough economic times?
We think so. It's really difficult. We've had a 30% increase in growth in each of the last 2 years, which has been very challenging. And at the same time, as the economy has shrunk, it's been harder and harder to find consistent sources of giving. And I know you're talking to the Community Foundation later, and they've been fantastic, of course.
And of course, the big fundraiser will help
our men who cook.
Fund that.
Yes, absolutely. And what's wonderful is that the community has been so supportive. We don't receive any federal or state funding at all. So the support that we get is really from the local community and men like Mark Chung, who will come and and volunteer. Mark is not a professional chef, but he, along with other volunteer men from the community, come and present an amazing dish. It's really quite the best food that you'll ever get at an event like this, I think. So,
and Mark, you've been doing this how many years now?
This is my 4th year.
4th year.
Yeah.
And what are we cooking today?
We're making a shrimp pesto linguine.
And is this your recipe or somebody else's you've modified?
It is my own recipe to a certain extent, but everybody can make pesto. But I add a little bit of my own sort of ingredients to it.
You really love to cook?
I love to cook. And I cook a lot at home, and I think it's a great way for me to unwind every single day.
Oh, that's great. All right, let's take a look at what we've already done. What did you put in the blender?
So I started making pesto, so I put in olive oil.
How much?
About half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. And I put in about half a cup of walnuts. And I put in also a little bit of hot water if you want to get your blender going. And I put in
basil?
Basil, and the most important thing, about 2 cups of packed basil, fresh basil. So I'm going to complete my pesto sauce here. I'm going to add just a little bit more of the extra virgin olive oil. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to add about half a cup of Romano cheese, which is
shredded,
a main ingredient for any pesto sauce.
So it's going to have that creamy consistency.
That's right. That's right. And just a pinch of salt to your liking, and some pepper as well. And also, I think a lot of people know this, but garlic is another key ingredient for pesto.
Oh, wow.
So about...
The more the merrier?
The more the merrier. So I was going to say either 3 or 4 cloves of garlic would be perfect.
Okay.
Not for date night.
No, not for date night. Okay, and while you're doing that, Liza, let's talk more about the big event. Are you expecting a big crowd?
We do. We usually get between 150 and 200 people, and it's a really nice event. So in addition to this Epicurean extravaganza, as we like to say, there's also a silent auction and a live auction where we have businesses and people from the community who have given these amazing gifts, anywhere from weekend stays along the shoreline, so they're all kind of staycation-y places, to jewelry, to art, to restaurant gift certificates, to wine dinners. It's been really quite amazing. It's astounding how much the community actually gives to the event.
And what kind of food should we expect? Of course, we're going to see Mark there making his shrimp pesto.
Yeah, we'll have the shrimp pesto. Senator Ed Meyer always does shrimp delight, which can be any number of ways of doing shrimp. We'll have ex-girlfriend salad, which one year was actually girlfriend salad. And then we have the
you just added some more salt, right?
I just added some more salt and pepper. Typically, it doesn't come out terribly flavorful, so I add just a little bit more.
A little bit more.
And also, you can always, sorry, Josh, you can always add more olive oil or hot water, again, if your food processor is stuck a little bit.
Okay, very good. And you want to go ahead and start the shrimp?
Sure, I'm going to do that.
No, you want me to watch this?
Sure.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cooking my shrimp. You want a oiled pan on high. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil. It can be just regular oil or olive oil. And the best thing is not to put your shrimp in until the pan gets really, really hot.
Okay. Very good. I want to just make sure the cord is on this side so that you don't, you know what, I'll do this.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
And then what I have here is basically a pound of shrimp, either frozen or fresh, deshelled and deveined. So it's a pound of it. Again, you can add a lot more if you want, or if you don't like shrimp or you like chicken, you can substitute it with chicken.
Very good.
Okay.
Now, I interrupted you,
Yep.
Liza. What were some of the other things that we should expect to eat?
Well, there's a lot of vegetarian options, actually, which is really fun. And we have chefs who have been, this is our 16th annual Men Who Cook. Okay. And we have had chefs who are presenting their dish for the 16th time. So a guy named Donald Batchelor always does his world-famous pepperoni bread.
Okay.
We have, which is really delicious. We get trifle. We get bulgur wheat with lamb. I mean,
you see some exotic things.
Some really exotic things. And, you know, if you have one dish you make for your family every year, and this is your one chance to shine, you end up with, you know, the 25 chefs that we have, you end up with 25 of the best dishes you'll ever have.
Exactly. Mark, what did you just put?
Right. So, Jocelyn, remember I mentioned my secret sauce?
Yes.
What I did was I put in my secret sauce. Now, it's not really a big secret, but I like the savory and sweet taste of any dish.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is I'm actually cooking my shrimp in either a sweet and sour sauce or like a General Cho's chicken sauce you can get really in any sort of grocery store.
You have to be careful with shrimp. You don't want to overcook the shrimp.
That's right. So again, you know, the key is high, really well heated pan, and putting the shrimp in, and then really just tossing it until they are just lightly cooked.
Okay, very good. You know what? I'm going to move your blender over here so that it's not quite. So we'll switch.
So
there you go.
It's off already.
In your way. There you go.
Right. So this is really the last step. The last step.
Okay.
Is pasta, or you know, my favorite is linguine. So I cooked about really half a package, or you can add more, or a package of linguine.
Okay.
Preferably al dente. So in a large mixing bowl, what I do is, and then I basically mix the pesto.
There you go.
Into my pasta.
Oh, it's perfect consistency.
Nicely done. It was that last blend you did.
Exactly.
Sure.
That's all Mark's work.
It smells
That's
so
right.
good. Perfect.
So you mentioned I'm not a professional, but any restaurateurs out there, look, you know.
No.
Okay, here you go.
Now that's my pesto, and then what you want to do is scrape all the juices of your shrimp all right into the bowl.
So this will have sort of a sweet and sour taste to it a little bit?
And then the savory taste from the pesto.
Very good.
All mixed together.
Liza, do we still have a lot of tickets left, or
there are some tickets left?
Okay.
You can call the Women and Family Life Center to order them. Tickets are $100. The chefs actually get a free ticket because they provide so much effort and energy, which is nice. And the event is November 13th, which is Saturday.
We have the information right there on
fabulous.
the screen, and
yes.
it's in Brantford at the
Owanego Inn, and the Owanego.
That's a lovely place.
It's a lovely place, and do you know that they are so generous with us? They really give us most of the event for free, other than some of the costs that are out of pocket. But again, it's in such line with the spirit of the Women and Family Life Center, which is really a grassroots organization that just relies so heavily on community support to give back to the community, because that's who this is all about, is to help the women and families in our community who just simply need a hand.
And Mark, we're going to check back later because we're going to try this fabulous dish. So the both of you will stick around.
Oh,
right?
good.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yeah, we are.